Sentinels need to figure out which way do they go here as they continue to pressure these positions. And that's a good pick from Sick. That will open things up on B Heaven. So now Sentinels do have a lot of space to work with on both sides of the map, but they're going to be pushing towards this B site. They will lock out the B stairs position as well. Things looking quite good here to get this spike planted now. The Sentinels looking for potentially a B main setup. See, obviously, the bomb plant opportunities that have changed with recent map updates, but nice push from jcstani. Sentinels can't quite seem to stabilize on the site here at the moment. Still trying to get that spike planted. It's going to be down to the battling with those frenzies. And once again, trades back and forth, leaving it just down to one, and jcstani will be taken down by zombs. So
meanwhile, Dapper hard lurking A breaks the drone, you know, gets the camera out, and that opens up this A hit right here.
A lot of damage there with that stinger right at the back of the site. Nature with a second one off the stinger. That wall as well, making life a little bit more complicated to get to that site, trying to use it to their advantage to gain that space, but just seems too much to handle at this point as Sick tries to fall back, but there is no falling back here. Immortals are locking it down, only losing one player.
It really is, because one frag and the whole setup just collapses.
Ooh, trying to just combat this mid play for control, not wanting to give it up this time, but Sentinels will be loving that, eating them up there on that mid take, able to now to push through to B Heaven, using that momentum, that speed, locking off the B stairs position, strengthening their attack. Chemicals will be alone here with this stinger, has to do a lot of damage. Able to get one, but cannot find a way to reset off of that, which will leave Immortals in quite the desperate position. Nature in the 1v3, running into the wall. Very little for him to do in this position. And Sinatra looks like he's going to try to take him down, but unfortunately not working out for Sinatra. Still some damage to be done here for Nature. Keeping that pressure on. Would be nice, of course, to do as much damage as possible. Get some weapons out of the hands of the Sentinels. And how much damage can Nature do here? He's going to hear the dropping, and he's going to have to do a lot to try to hold on to this one. Gets one headshot, the full back with the cage, and that is beautiful there for Immortals, locking it off. And look how much time is left here for Sentinels. Almost nothing on the clock to get the spike planted. It's a desperation push now towards this A Heaven position, looking for the plant on the A side, but there is so much to deal with to get there and just not enough time to do it. Nature peeling off one more player as they start to move forward, and Immortals, any height for that. That's unfortunate for Shot Up, but still, Sentinels are having to force their way onto the site. It's not a good look here. You can see Nature's able to do a lot from that double stack position. There comes the res finally from Sick, and they are starting to gain some ground here. Out come the Blades, though, from Chemicals, trying to hold the backside as best he can. Operate out. Oh, great stuff there from Chemicals, finding a marvelous shot, but this is going to be down to Shot Up now. Creeping in from spawn, able to take down Sick, but can he manage to actually clutch the round? Stopping the plant just in the nick of time. Dapper only has so much time to work with here.
10 seconds.
Shot Up decides to walk around. A classic move here. We'll have to see if Dapper can read this one. It's all about the guesswork. Dapper, he's not going to be able to find it. Great headshot from Shot Up. In the meanwhile, has found a perfect timing into the flank. There is some crazy stuff that can be done here by Sentinels. Dapper, how many can he find here? There goes the stinger, only for one though. That's unfortunate for Dapper, but maybe he's created enough time and space for Sentinels to find a plant. There comes the TP onto the site to get that spike down. It's a 2 versus 3 somehow. This is unbelievable how Sentinels have managed to maneuver themselves into this position. The stinger again doing damage. Up to Sick now. 1 versus 1. And he's going to nail it. Sick. Oh. Gonna hit those. Oh, Chemicals in trouble. Sick actually over at the top of the wall. Lots of pressure here. 3 players to respond though. And Sinatra, that speaking of finding timings lurking forward, there is surely no way he's found this flank. That's unbelievable. Taking down Chemicals for free. The trade is at least there for Immortals, but Sentinels, they are so good in this spot, in this chaos. There's so many holes. There's Dapper now creeping A Heaven. If they slow this one down, Dapper's going to do so much damage if they can stay alive, and it doesn't even matter, in fact. Dapper may not have to do any lifting here at all. Defense itself has been strong from Sentinels on the back of the B bomb site.
Sentinels are such a treat to watch. Just that.
This is really scary because there goes the boombot finally. Oh, taking down Sinatra. That's the showstopper out of the picture, so that's something. But res onto Sinatra, so scratch that. it's still in the picture. Nature will have to do so much damage by himself here, and somehow he is alive, but not for too much longer. Rocket straight to his face, but not before Sick can take him down. And, well, Dapper's still just lurking around A, causing problems. They don't need to use the boombot for that anymore. Like, you've conditioned them to hold back. So it's cool to see the Sinatra had it available for the mid plays and the later site clears.
They're just that good.
And they are walking up here, contacting into B Heaven, not expected at all there by Chemicals. And it's going to be tough for jcstani. Only one from him, from his Stinger. And there's a gap in the wall there, which will allow some play for Shut Up. And Nature again, is trying to anchor this side, but he's about to get split from both sides. Oh, he does manage to find one at least. And that might give Shut Up a timing here to get himself some action from Rafters. Spike going down, and indeed, starting to look a lot better. Up to Sinatra for the clutch. There comes the satchel. The rockets miss. Sinatra able to dodge everything. Somehow, some way, Sinatra's got the goods.
Look at this, Dan. He pings that and spams it through Zom smoke. Now he has the wall ready. He walls. Omenult comes in to clear back sight. The boombot's coming in as well. Nature is in big trouble here.
He's managed to find his way into a safer position here, trying to find some kind of space to work with. Eventually he has taken down Sinatra over the top of the wall there, causing problems. He's very weak though, so quite susceptible to being spammed. And Zombs is actually going to be the one getting spammed. It looks like Immortals in a good spot here. And it's still, the spike has yet to be planted, and it may not even go down at this point. Sinatra has to find a way out of this position. And Shut Up knows precisely where he is, and there we go. This too slowly. They are going to get caught really badly. They're never going to expect this timing. There is someone lurking behind as jcstani gets taken down. The spike is spotted, and now look how this mid attack is split up because of that pressure, and they're going to have to try to split the B site. I don't know that there's much more that they can do in this current position. Got B Heaven control. Immortals might just be able to capitalize pretty heavily on Sentinel's push in that B main position just moments ago. Indeed, it's looking like Sentinels, that's going to backfire for them. Playing quite far back positions here. Shazam not looking to challenge a ramp or be isolated from his team. He knows the possibilities here. Immortals going for a fast one again into the A site. Zombs playing elbow. That's a really good start. Oh, it's even better now. 3 frags from Zombs. He's done everything he needed to. jcstani is having to do 360s here to try to figure out what's going on. He is surrounded at this point, trying to play this backside position. It's a nice first kill, but the trade, the spacing is great from Dapper.
Not used to playing Sovas on split. Cover going out. And again.
Making their way through to the A site now. Shazam with a quick pick. Dapper in 1 versus 2. He has a lot of opportunities here to make this one work. They're both players backside. I think he's got that information. See what he can do. Creeping in from elbow. If he can isolate one fight, get a quick headshot. That's all it takes. That's some good information. Spots a barrel. Takes. Oh, the spray comes through. Dapper's gonna do it. That's unbelievable. Both in the corner. Yeah, you can. I feel like, you know, Sentinels, they gave up the B site, recognizing the ults at play. Didn't want to get caught by anything, one would assume, and they play the retake game. And they do have a lot to work with here. Oh no! Chemicals tries to make it work with the right-click knives, but Dapper takes him out, and look at this forward space now gained by Sentinels. They're looking really strong for the retake. We've got Immortals stuck all the way back in B main. They're having to do so much work. Sentinels certainly with the advantages here. And look at how locked down this B main position is. Putting the pressure on, the defuse comes through. There's nothing that the remainder of Immortals could do. Immortals and Sentinels once again having to go for that retake. We'll see what they can do this time around. It's not really too much in the way of ults to help either side out at this point. Oh, wow. Sick getting a freebie there as Nature tries to run across to B main. And Shut Up there, dropping down off the rafters, looking to hold on to this spawn position. It was a problem last time. Shut Up still doing damage. Great work from him so far as he's able to reposition. And Sentinels, they have a res available. Sick. Can he find a spot to pull it off? I don't know that he will be able to. He's going to try it, though. There's the big bait to line up, though. That was ambitious. And Shut Up is still alive and kicking. Dapper, though, doing the damage, doing what Dapper does. And Dapper's going to find Shut Up. And that's all she wrote. My God. Yeah, this is interesting for Immortals, or Sentinels rather, trying to give some space up. Oh, Sick though. He finds the timing, and the double could change everything. Immortals now have a lot of pressure. They have to get the spike planted, but they're losing players quickly. Now comes the ult from Sinatra, the double. jcstani's got so much to do, and he's going to get hit by that blind, and there's nothing left. Sentinels, so scary on split. I think this series was always going to have the potential to go to 3. We'll see if they can save things here. The ult comes through, the showstopper there. The satchel's out. Forward position here for Immortals. Shot up, can't find the damage though. It's Sick instead causing problems. Even more problems. Dapper now is going to be just delaying things for Chemicals. Eventually takes him down, but this B site is still held by Sentinels. It's just nature left. Sentinels. There is something about the way that they play this game that just hits different to everybody else. And they're going to take down Nature. That's a wrap for map 1. Split in the bag for Sentinels. It was a sketchy start. It's so interesting. We'll have to go into that decision from Sick in a little bit later. Nice tag coming in from Shaz there. Does quite a lot of damage with the Frenzy, even though it is at range. Oh, and he's going to find more. They are just lining up through the choke point. There's another spot. You can see, as you say, you know, Sentinels trying not to give it to Immortals here. That will be traded, though. On tree, 2 players here for Sentinels to try to defend this. The dark cover goes forward. Playing inside the smoke might cause some problems, although zombs will go down. The trade's looking great for shot up. You can see what they can get done here with that Sova utility that Sinatra's holding on to. Dapper takes down shot up. Now life becomes quite difficult for Immortals. Jumping straight into the side here. Genghsta doesn't know quite which way to look here, but the trace will come through regardless. And they go. Oh, Shazam is blinded for now. It's Dapper playing with that stinger from Logs, and they both get kills before the push gets through B main. They are committed, though. They have to try to force their way through. There's no other option at this point, and it's not going to work out. The hold is strong. Dust starts to settle. Although, as I say that, Sick, he's got that wall. Look how he cuts the site in half, that diagonal wall, creating so much space. The plant's being cancelled. They can't afford to try to get it down with all this action. Sick will get taken out, but they still can't plant the spike. And that was the pressure from Sick. That was the move that could still cause problems here. Dapper, though, is going to go down. Shazam, last man standing, up from heaven. It's going to be able to take down Genghsta. That's the spike on the ground, and Shazam gets it done with the Phantom. Making the move straight into that A site is just looking precarious from our point of view. We can see how heavily fortified this is. That's a stunning shot, though, from Genghsta. The timing couldn't be better from Chemicals. Up Cat as well. Now they've got a really solid opportunity to move. Oh, my God. Just in the middle of the sentence, I got to stop short. Sick is changing everything. That double is causing problems, and time is another issue, and they're going to wipe out the remainder of Immortals. It was looking so good. Attacking approach entirely. We'll get into that in a moment.
Oh, no.
Oh, yikes. Oh, man, it's a quick ticket right to the next round, courtesy of Sinatra with that Hunter's Fury, and they are not looking like they can get all that much done here. Oh, it's just kind of gross.
Players coming up, Cat. Well, that recon will help, though.
That will help them. The dark cover as well. There you go. They found a way to deal with that Sick setup. And now it's up to Zombs. He's going to go down to. This is a much better crunch coming in from Immortals. A great split through A, main, and Catwalk. And they are taking the site. They've got the spike planted. Although we got to be careful here. Sentinels have proven dangerous in every scenario. Shazam looking to get forward positioning. Out comes the Sheriff. Going to find anything, though. Same situation. Instead, droning through, trying to catch any trips as well with the low-flying drone. Dapper will be getting blinded. He might go for the repeat, though. He will indeed to trade through, and that's a huge trade to get. 15 seconds to get that spike planted. Zombs at the back of the site. He just has to delay long enough to stop the spike from going down, but shut up, and jcstani delivering the goods here. Just enough time for that spike plant, but Shazam is still in the picture here. Operator in hand on the jet. Has the knives to go to if he wants, and there they come. Cloudburst backside, trying to find where are these last 2 players as he looks for the next shot, and it's going to be shot up to find the damage. I just don't, yeah. So we'll move on from that for now. You know, we got a 6-5 in favor of Sentinels. Last round of the first half here for Ascent. Immortals doing a great job to find their way back into this one. A nice shot from shot up straight away, doing the damage at Catwalk. The trade comes through, leaving Zombs low, though. Oh, Chemical! That's what he needed. We've been looking at him with those knives before, and that is the best roll assault we've seen so far. Immortals looking really great, and Genghsta, man, he's eating the same thing that Sinatra eats when he wakes up for breakfast. That was great. Using the Hunter's Fury there to absolutely nail the defense. Not really all that much left for Dapper to do, and that is quite the way. Dapper gaining some ground here in B main. He's going to walk it all the way.
From Immortals, though. They triple push catwalk immediately after that. Dapper goes 1-for-1 in the B site, but that's tons of info.
Nature here is one as well on sidewalk, and zombs picks up. That's a very unfortunate situation for Nature. Looked like he had the big edge there, but such is the way of things. Chemicals has a great spot behind dark cover, though. He might be able to cause a lot of damage here. But that's, yep, there it is. The classic is going to pan out for Chemicals quite nicely this round, and Immortals will pick it up. They'll start things off by clearing some of these post-plant positions with a drone. Okay, they've got info on B main. That's huge. You might want to try to attack all that together. Indeed, they will, taking down 6. So really methodical here so far, leaving only the B site proper in terms of the main defense here. And they are going to be looking quite good, Sentinels. My, what on... I don't even know how to process what we just saw or didn't see. Back into mid now. Zombs will be taking down Chemicals, so that aggression there does get caught out because of this quick switch, this quick rotation, and Immortals don't seem quite ready for this. Finding a great timing, Sentinels, and they are running it together. The spacing is looking really good. Great shock dart, though. That will slow things down, but Sentinels, we talked about that train, that indomitable train moving forward, and once again, it comes into play if Immortals are slow on this retake. It's all about the timings. There are trips set up in mid, though. We'll have to see if that's going to impact him at all. Sick there, looking to try to buy time with that flash. Curveball comes through. And there it is. That's what we're talking about. It's Shazam now putting the pressure on from the flank. Doesn't even have to commit heavily. And you can see that Immortals just moved too slow there. They just got so bogged down by utility. It felt like there was a pretty good opportunity if Shotup could manage to find that dismiss, but he wasn't able to catch that dismiss in time. Oof, that's not a good look for Genghsta. Gets taken down and... Sick on the lurk there into mid. Say, not a good look here at all. In fact, for Immortals, they'll...
So it's super chaotic. It'll shield his sound, and that is going to make things way harder. That said, you know, winning the trade battle back. We're now in a 4-on-3.
jcstani biding his time before breaking the door. And there's the ult for info. Where is he going to go?
Man,
well, he's going to get taken down.
In A main right now. This is so scary.
The blind comes through. Nature, though, will manage to storm his way right through Zombs. Shazam, though, is announcing his position. Sinatra straight out from A main before the words can come out of my mouth. Once again, we get the run it back from Sick. He's been bombing it, trying to drop the door there. Let's get taken out. I'm not sure if he was able to tap the door in time, but regardless, the push comes through. In fact, it did. And Spike we planted Chemicals, waiting for the perfect timing. He's got one up drop. There it is, looking over the top of the smoke. Doesn't catch anything, unfortunately for him. Look at all the spam right now. Oof, feels very scary to be on this, just confined to this A site. No post-plant positioning except one man, and it's Dapper, of course, who's lurking around. Immortals have to be very careful. They've been slowed down for so long. Sinatra, the hell position with that Odin. Very scary presence. There goes Chemicals. Great toss of the knives. And time is of the essence here to get that defuse through, and they managed to get it. Well, actually, I think those actually get some good damage there. Onto Zombs. There's some very low off the back of those two shock darts. Post-plant positioning, again, losing your omen this early on. Not having those smokes for B main is problematic. And you can see Sentinels pretty much have all the lines of sight they need. Temporary smoke there dropped to deal with Shazam's position, but Sinatra pops out, and so does Dapper, and that's the 13-9. That's the 2-0 in this series. Sentinels will best Immortals in what looked to be another just great display of Valorant gameplay. I never know what to say about Sentinels, except that they just always will find a way to win.